Welcome to another epic battle report here at the Free Table Corner. Today we are diving into the ruins of Mordheim, where two fierce human warbands are about to clash in a brutal skirmish for dominance. On one side we have the wealthy and resourceful Marienburgers, led by the bold Captain Leopold. Known for their cunning tactics and the high-end gear, the Marienburgers are ready to claim victory at any cost. On the other side, the relentless Reiklanders, commanded by Captain Craig, are prepared to use their sheer discipline and skill to crush any opposition. With a reputation for precision and bravery, they're not going down without a fight. Both warbands are fueled by their rivalry and with the key objectives on the line. This is a showdown you don't want to miss. Who will claim the ruins of Mordheim and who will be left licking their wounds? Let's find out. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and give this video a subscription if you find it interesting. Now let's go into the battle. And here we go, folks. First up we have the Iron Boots, the formidable Reiklanders warband, ready for battle. But don't count out their fierce opponents, the mighty Marienburgers, led by their determined captain. Oh, and let's not forget, the Marienburgers have a fresh recruit on their roster, a swordsman with an axe. Take a look at the battlefield. The ruins of the city are perfectly laid out, and we rolled for the scenario. It's occupy. That means both warbands will be scrambling to secure 3 key buildings, with the fight lasting up to 8 rounds, or until one of the warband fails a rout test or retreats. It's going to be a clash of strategy and skill. And we're off. The Marienburgers take the initiative after winning a roll-off and moves first. In a bold strategic move, the captain splits his warband into 2 groups. One team, led by a youngblood, a champion and a warrior, makes a dash to secure the first building, while the captain himself leads the rest of his crew straight toward the central building for an intense showdown. The Reiklanders aren't sitting idle either. They mirror the strategies, splitting their forces as well. 2 warriors head to secure the building closest to their side, while a crossbowman stays back to provide cover. Meanwhile, the Reichlander captain, with the rest of his warband, charges toward the very same central building. It's going to be a battle for dominance, inch by inch. Every move is measured to the millimeter. This is no ordinary fight. This is a crucial match for both warbands, and every decision matters. We can see the Marienburger forces split into action. The youngblood, the champion and warrior hug the side of the building, sneaking through the shadows. Meanwhile, the captain and his crew advances boldly across the battlefield, heading straight for that central building, determined to fend off the advancing Reiklanders. On the other side, the Reiklanders are making their move. 2 groups, a total of 7 warriors, carefully maneuver through the ruins, closing in on the central building. A longbowman takes aim for his vantage point, while one warrior dashes ahead to secure the building on the far side. Tension is building. And now, round 3. The Marienburgers move into position, getting ready to unleash a volley of arrows. The captain bravely leads his group across the open plaza in front of the tavern, the central building they need to secure. Meanwhile, the youngblood and his companions take cover inside the building closest to them, fortifying their position. The Reiklanders push forward, making a beeline for the house on the opposite side. But wait! Their marksman has spotted the Marienburgers captain. He takes a shot, needing a 6 to hit, and he misses. The captain lives to fight another day. It's now the Marienburgers' turn to reposition. Some minor adjustments here as their archers move into place for a perfect shot. Precision is key. They measure every step carefully to maximize the efficiency. Every dice roll counts at this stage. Let's see how it plays out. And there they are. The 2 fighters accompanying the youngblood have advanced, ready to join the battle for the central building. Through the windows, they catch a glimpse of the Reiklanders lining up their bows. This is about to get intense. And now get ready for an intense round of shooting from the Marienburgers. First up, it's Goldweaver, one of the champions. He lines up his shot, needing a 6 to hit. The tension builds, but just misses by the hair. Next, Captain Leopold takes aim. He's targeting one of the Reiklander warriors and needs a 5 or more to make it count. The arrow flies through the air, but it narrowly sails over the target. Another miss. But the Marienburgers aren't done yet. Hugo Grimm and van der Seen both stepped up to fire. each needing a 6 to land their shot. First it's Van der Seen, and he misses. Now it's Hugo Grim's turn, and he's locked on. The dice roll, and it's a hit. He just needs a 4 or higher to cause some serious damage. But it's a 2, no harm done this time. The Reiklanders are still in the fight. Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying the battle so far. I'd love to hear if you have any thoughts on the way we are presenting this battle report. Do you like the format? What do you think about the commentary style? Let me know in the comments below. It really helps me make these videos even better for you. Now it's the Reiklanders' turn to make their move. You can see them carefully planning their every step, taking their time, thinking through the strategy. They know what's at stake. Tactical, calculated movements as they push forward, staying just out of sight, trying to avoid the windows and positioning themselves perfectly for a devastating charge. Even the marksman is moving closer, taking up a new position. Look at them, pressed up against the wall, every single one of them wind up like a coiled spring, ready to strike. The air is thick with tension as the fight draws closer. These warriors know the battle is about to explode. But wait, a Reiklander crossbowman has found a clear shot. He spotted the Marienburger captain in the distance. He loads his bolt and fires. He needs a 5 or more to hit, and it's a direct hit. Now he just needs a 3 or higher to deal damage. But the dice rolls a 1. No damage this time. And now we head into round 4. The Marienburgers are deep in thought. Should they charge forward or hold back and keep firing? The tension is thick and every decision counts. They make a few small adjustments, some to get a better line of sight on the Reiklanders, while others move inside the building to fully secure it. Take a look at how the Marienburgers are positioning themselves. 2 warriors and a champion stand ready, prepared to face whatever the Reiklanders throw at them. And here comes the swordman with an axe. Yes, you heard that right, a swordman with an axe. He rushes forward and positions himself in the doorway, ready to face the incoming threat. Behind them, Captain Leopold, Champion Goldweaver and Youngblood Elias stand firm, bows drawn and ready to unleash a volley of arrows. Even the Youngblood, who's been hiding in the first building, steps forward to join on the shooting. The Youngblood takes the first shot. He needs a 6 to hit, but it's a miss. Now it's Van der Seen's turn. He lines up his shot, needs a 5 or more, but he misses too. Hugo Grim steps up, aiming carefully, he needs a 6. But no, another miss. Finally we have Kurt von Einstein, a warrior. He's locked on, needing a 6 to hit. The dice rolls, and it's a hit. The shot lands clean on the Reiklander swordman, but can he deal damage? He needs a 4 or more. And yes, he wounds the swordman. But is it enough to take him out of the fight? The dice rolls. It's a 3. That means the swordman is stunned. He is down, but not out. Here we see Kurt von Einstein victorious with his shot, while the swordsman Hauser lies on the ground, dazed and vulnerable. The tide could be turning. We are now in the recovery phase for the Reiklanders, and the previously stunned swordsman shakes it off and turns over on his stomach. And here come the declaring of charges. A champion and a warrior from the Reiklanders declare their attack, storming towards Hugo Grim and Van der Seen. But that's not all. Captain Craig himself leads 2 warriors in a bold charge towards the Marienburgers, who are positioned both inside and just outside the tavern. This building is quickly becoming the most important objective in this entire battle. Meanwhile, the knocked down Reiklander swordman crawls 2 inches backward, trying to take cover and regroup. It's getting intense now, and the question is, will all the charges hit their mark? But first, we got some shooting. A longbowman takes aim at the Marienburger captain. He needs a 4 or more to hit, and it's a hit. But can he deal damage? He needs 4 again. But no, a roll of 2 means no damage this time. Next, the crossbowman in the tower takes a shot, needing a 5 or higher. But it's a miss. The pressure is mounting. Now, let's take a look at those charges. The battlefield is tightening up around the building, and this is shaping up to be the fight for the history books. It didn't go so well for the 2 charges towards Hugo Grim and Van der Seen. Only one made it to the fight, while the second has to wait until the next round to close in. Captain Craig barrels forward and crashes straight into the Marienburger swordman. Meanwhile, a young blood with a spear successfully charges Goldweaver. But the swordman who followed Captain Craig, he didn't make it. The young blood charges into Goldweaver, spear raised. He needs a 4 or more to hit, and he gets it. Now, can he drive that spear deep enough to deal damage? He needs another 4 or higher, and with a roll of 5 he pierces Goldweaver's armor, thrusting the spear straight into his chest. But wait, Goldweaver is no ordinary champion, he's got a heavy armor and a shield. To block the full force of that spear, he needs a 4 or higher, but the Youngblood is relentless. The spear finds its mark, slipping past the armor. A roll of 4 means Goldweaver is stunned. However, Goldweaver is wearing a mighty helmet. If he rolls a 4 or more, the helmet will save him from the worst of the blow, and he'll be knocked down instead of stunned. And yes, for once the helmet does its job. Goldweaver hits the ground, but he's still in the fight. Now it's Captain Craig's turn. He needs a 4 to hit, and it's a solid strike. Can he deal the damage though? And yes, another Marienburger takes damage. But wait, the Marienburger swordman has a light armor and a shield. If he rolls a 5 or higher, he can shrug off the damage. The dice rolls, and it's a 6! The swordman holds strong. Next, Youngblood Heinz takes a swing at Van der See, needing a 4 or more to hit. But he misses. The tension is rising. Hugo Grimm steps up, ready to strike back at Heinz. He swings, needing a 4 to land the blow, but it's just off target. He barely misses. And we forgot to hit with Van der See. Now my swordsman swing back at Captain Craig. He rolls a 4 to hit. He's got him! Craig tries to parry with the sword, but it's no use. The strike lands. But can my swordsman deal damage? The dice roll. And no, it's not enough to wound the captain this time. Craig holds his ground. Here's an overhead shot after the first round of close combat. The clashing of sword echoed across the battlefield, the sound of steel ringing out. But the only real damage so far was Goldweaver, who has been knocked down. We move into the recovery phase for the Marienburgers. Goldweaver shakes off the stun and rises to his feet, but he'll act last this round. And now it's time for the Marienburgers to declare their charges. Captain Leopold leads the charge, storming into the swordsman who couldn't reach the fight last round. Another Marienburger rushes toward the spearman, while a champion and a warrior dive headlong into the Reiklanders warrior. Meanwhile, my Youngblood takes aim at the Bretonnian warrior who's lingering in the back after failing to advance the last round. He needs a 5 to hit, and it's a hit. Now a 4 to wound, and yes, the arrow strikes true. But hold on, the Bretonnian's armor absorbs the blow, preventing any damage. Now we watch as the warriors move into position after the charges are declared. This is where things are really heating up. In the battle where Captain Leopold isn't present, it's my warrior Kurt who swings first. He needs a 4 to hit, but he misses. Next, my champion steps up. He needs a 4 as well, but no, a roll of 1. That's a blow to morale. This isn't looking good. But here comes Captain Leopold, ready to show them how it's done. He strikes the Reiklanders swordsman, needing a 4 to hit. The swordman tries to parry, but it's no use. He can't stop the blow. Now Leopold needs a 4 to wound. But can you believe it? Another roll of 1. What is going on with these dices today? Youngblood Elias takes his turn, needing a 4 to hit, but it's a 3, just shy of the mark. The clash of swords continue to echo through the streets of Mordheim. Meanwhile, the Reikland Youngblood with a spear strikes at Goldweaver, who just got back to his feet. He needs a 4 to hit, but barely misses. Goldweaver strikes back, only needing a 3 at this time, but rolls a 2, another missed opportunity. And now we come to Captain Craig of the Reiklanders. With a higher initiative, he strikes the Marienburger swordman first, and he hits. The swordman tries to parry, but because he opted for an axe instead of a sword, thanks to some poor budgeting, there's no parry. And that's a decision he'll regret because Craig lands a critical hit. With a roll of 6, there's no armor save that can protect the swordman from this. 2 wounds dealt, and when another pair of 6 hits the table, it's clear. The brave Marienburger swordman is out of the fight. The first out of action of the battle is a fact. Here we see the aftermath. A lone swordsman armed with an axe leaving the battlefield as he becomes the first casualty of this intense skirmish. A tough break for the Marienburgers. The Reiklanders move into their recovery phase and their fallen warrior gets back on his feet, ready to fight again. But in the heat of the moment we got so caught up in the action that we accidentally skipped a round. We thought we were at the end of round 6, but it is actually still round 5. The excitement of this round is about to skyrocket as Captain Craig charges headfirst into Captain Leopold. But that's not all. Several more charges are declared, and a longbowman sneaks around the corner, bow drawn and ready to shoot. Here's an overhead shot before all hell breaks loose. Arrows, swords and shields at the ready. Nearly every warrior is now locked in close combat, and we expect deep wounds, heavy damage and fighters being taken out of action. Both warbands are rallying behind their captains, believing they will lead them to victory. First up, the longbowman takes a shot. He needs a 5 more to hit, but it's a miss. The pressure is mounting. The Bretonnian charges into Van der See, needing a 4 to strike, but it's a miss too. And now the captains clash. Captain Craig swings first, needing a 4 to hit, and it's a perfect roll, a 6. But can he convert that into damage? He needs a 4 more, but rolls a 1. No damage. Van der See strikes back the Bretonnian, needing a 4 to hit, and he lands the blow. The Bretonnian tries to parry but fails. Van der See now needs a 4 or more to wound, and it's just enough. The Bretonnian needs a 5 or higher to save with his armor, but not this time. And with a roll of 2, the Bretonnian is knocked down. Captain Leopold retaliates against Captain Craig, but he misses his strike. What a tense exchange between these two leaders. The Reiklander Youngblood with a spear goes for Goldweaver, but narrowly misses. Goldweaver immediately counters, needing a 3. And he hits, but can he deal the damage? No, Goldweaver can't wound the Youngblood this time. Now Reiklander Heinz swings at Hugo Grimm, needing a 4 more to hit, and he lands the blow. Hugo tries to parry with his sword, but fails. Heinz, however, can't capitalize, no damage this time. And now it's Hugo Grimm's turn. He swings back at Heinz, needing a 4 or more, and he lands a solid strike. Heinz tries to parry, but fails once again. Hugo needs a 4 or more to deal damage, and he rolls a 6, a critical hit. The dice rolls again, and it's a 4. 2 wounds, but Heinz still has his armor save. He needs a 5 or higher on both dice to stay in the fight, and he falls short. Hugo finishes the job, rolling for the final blow, and Heinz is stunned, making him an easy target. Kurt von Eisenhardt steps in and takes Heinz out of the game. First Reiklander out. The Reiklander swordman strikes at Youngblood Elias, needing a 3 to hit, but he needs a 4 more to wound, but it doesn't make it. Elias strikes back, hitting on a 4, but he can't deal damage either. After a full round of intense close combat, yet another warrior leaves the battlefield. Reiklander Heinz has been taken out, and another Reiklander lies knocked down. The rest of the fighters stand tall, ready for the next round. And now, with the mix-up, we start at round 7. With Heinz taken out of the fight, Hugo and Kurt waste no time, charging into the next Reiklander swordsman. Meanwhile, most of the warriors are already locked in fierce combat with their opponents, and movement on the battlefield is minimal this round. Take a look at the battlefield. It's starting to thin out as the warriors continue to fall. Both warbands are showing signs of fatigue, but the fight is far from over. My Youngblood takes a shot at the Reiklander longbowman, needing a 6 to hit, but it's a miss. Now it's Hugo's turn to strike at the swordman. He needs a 4 to hit, and he lands the blow. The swordman tries to parry, but can't manage it. Hugo lines up to deal damage, but it's no good. No wound this time. Kurt follows up, needing a 4 to hit, but misses. The Reiklander swordman retaliates with a solid strike, rolling a 6. But despite the strong hit, he fails to deal any damage. The fight remains locked in a stalemate. Meanwhile, Van der See sees an opportunity to strike down the Bretonnian. He needs a 4 to finish him off, but the Bretonnian survives again. This one is tough to take down. And now, we arrive at the main event, Captain versus Captain. But first we roll for initiative, since both leaders share the same speed. Captain Craig wins the roll and attacks first, needing a 4 to hit, and it's a narrow miss. Captain Leopold counters, needing a 4 as well, and he shows his skill, hitting with a roll of 5. Craig attempts to parry, but can't manage it. Now Leopold needs a 4 or higher to wound, and he gets it. But wait, Craig's armor holds strong and absorbs the hit. No damage this time. Next, it's Goldweaver versus the Reiklander Youngblood with a spear. We roll for initiative and the Youngblood strikes first. He needs a 4 to hit, but it's a 1, a complete miss. Goldweaver steps up, needing only 3 to hit, but rolls another 1. The dice are not on his side today. Finally, we have the Youngblood Elias facing off against the Reiklanders Swordman. They roll for initiative and Elias gets the first strike. He needs a 4 to hit and lands a solid blow. The Reiklanders Swordman tries to parry but fails. Elias is on fire, he rolls to wound, and he does it! The Swordman's armor tries to save him, but this is not used this time. And with a roll of 2, the Swordman is knocked down. In this overhead view, we see Youngblood Elias standing in triumph over the knocked down Swordman, while both captains remain locked in a fierce duel. Nearby, swords clash against shield and armor as the brutal fight rages on. The battle is far from over and every move counts. Now it's the Reiklanders' turn, and they start by letting their longbowman take a shot at my Youngblood. He needs a 4 to hit, and it's a perfect roll of 6. Now can he deal the damage? He needs another 4, and he does it! The Youngblood has a shield and can save himself with a 6, but just barely misses. The longbowman rolls a 5 and sends the Youngblood out of action. Another Marienburger down. Meanwhile, all the Reiklanders have managed to get back on their feet, ready for the next round. They'll be hitting last in the next fight. Now it's the Reiklanders Spearman versus Goldweaver, the Marienburger champion. First they rolled for initiative and the Spearman wins. He thrusts forward, landing a strike on Goldweaver. But wait! The champion parries the blow with his sword. Goldweaver strikes back, but rolls a tragic 1, another missed opportunity. Next up, my Youngblood swings at the Reiklanders Swordman who just got back on his feet. He needs a 4 to hit and lands a solid 6. Now, can he wound? He rolls another 6, a critical hit. Rolling for damage. A 3 means 2 wounds with armor save. The Swordman managed to save one of the wounds, so the Youngblood rolls again to see what happens. And once again, the Swordman is knocked down. He just can't seem to find his footing. And now, we turn to the epic duel between the captains. First they roll for initiative, and Leopold takes the lead. He strikes with a roll of 6, a solid hit. But can he wound? No, a pitiful 2 means no damage. Now it's Captain Craig's turn. He strikes and hits. Leopold fails to parry the blow, but Craig can't deal any damage either. These two captains are locked together like peas on a string. Now it's the Reiklanders Swordman versus Hugo Grimm, my warrior. They roll for initiative and the Swordman wins. He needs a 4 to hit, and he does. Hugo tries to parry, but fails. But wait, the Swordman can't capitalize on it and fails to wound. Hugo strikes back, needing a 4 to hit, and he lands it. The Swordman tries to parry, but fails once again. This time Hugo rolls for damage, and it's another critical hit. And a 6 means 2 wounds with no armor save. This has to be it. Yes! A roll of 6 takes the Swordman out of action. The tide is starting to turn in the Marienburgers' favor. Now it's the Bretonnian's turn, but since he just got back up, Van der See strikes first. He hits the Bretonnian, who can't parry the blow. Van der See rolls for damage and wounds the Bretonnian. But wait, the Bretonnian rolls for his armor save, and against all odds, he saves himself again. Now the Bretonnian strikes back, hitting Van der See. Van der See can't parry the blow, but the Bretonnian fails to wound. Another intense exchange with no clear victor. As we approach the final round, it's clear the Marienburgers are standing strong, and with the numbers now in their favor, the momentum is shifting toward victory. And there we have it, folks, the final round of this epic showdown. The tension is so thick you can cut it with a sword, and neither warband wants to make a wrong move now. The Marienburgers can feel victory within reach, but it all depends on how this plays out. Youngblood Elias, showing incredible judgment, chooses not to finish off the knocked down swordman. Instead he leaps over him, charging straight into Captain Craig, knowing the captain is the real threat to the victory. Elias swings his sword with everything he's got, needing a 4 to hit. And he hits him. But wait, Captain Craig isn't going down without a fight. He parries the strike effortlessly, showing his veteran skill. Next we have Gold River against the Reiklander Youngblood with a spear. Both warriors share the same initiative, so we roll to see how strikes first. And Gold River wins. He swings his sword, but slices only through thin air. The Youngblood retaliates with a spear thrust, but misses. And now the clash of the captains continues. We roll for initiative and Leopold strikes first. He needs a 4 to hit, but misses completely. Captain Craig swings back, but he also misses. It's an intense standoff with neither captain landing a blow. Over in the other duel, the Bretonnian faces Van der See once again. This fight has been raging for what feels like an eternity. The Bretonnian wins the initiative and lunges forward, hitting Van der See. But Van der See, ever the champion, blocks the strike like a true warrior. Van der See swings back and hits cleanly, but can't manage the wound. Hugo Grimm sees his chance and steps in with a swing of his own, needing a 4, but he misses. Here's a quick overview of the battlefield. Amazingly, no one has been knocked down or taken out this round, but the tensions continues to build. Now is the Reiklanders' turn. The Spearman goes up against Goldweaver and they roll for initiative. It takes 2 rounds to break the tie, but the Spearman finally gets the strike first. He needs a 4 to hit, but misses. Goldweaver counters with a hit of his own. But when it comes to the damage roll, it's just shy of success. Back to the Bretonnian again, who now sets his sights on Hugo Grimm. But Hugo is faster this time, swinging his sword, and missing by a hair. The Bretonnian strikes back, but he also misses. Now Van der See steps in once more, determined to finish the fight. He hits the Bretonnian. The Bretonnian tries to parry, but can't do it. Van der See rolls for damage, and this time it lands. The Bretonnian hopes his armor will save him, but not today. The Bretonnian is out of the fight, right at the end of the final round. And here it is, the final clash of the scenario. Captain versus captain. The roll for initiative and Leopold strikes first, but misses. Captain Craig swings back and he hits. Leopold fails his parry, but Craig can't deal damage. What a battle! It's been a test of will and neither captain could land a decisive blow. And with that, the match is over. It's been a brutal contest with intense close combat and several warriors knocked out of the fight. New rivalries have been forged, especially between Captain Leopold and Captain Craig. For those of you paying close attention, yes, they were identical helmets, and that's something they'll never let stand. Rest assured, we'll see these warbands clash again soon. But now, it's time to roll for the aftermath. First up, the Marienburgers wardman with an axe. And oh, a 2 means that he's dead. He won't be returning to the battlefield. Next, the Marienburger Youngblood. He rolls 2 dice, a total of 14. That means he is dead as well. The warband is starting to feel the cost of this fight. Now for the Reiklanders wardman. He is safe with a clean recovery, and Heinz, the Reiklander champion, rolls a 36. He survives, but all his gear has been stolen. Finally, the incredible and resilient Bretonnian. He rolls a 52, which means a full recovery. He'll be back ready for more adventures in no time. And that's it for an epic skirmish in the ruins of Mordheim. What a battle! Both warbands fought with everything they had, and we saw some intense moments out there on the battlefield. From the tactical maneuvers to the fierce duels, especially between Captain Leopold and Captain Craig, this is a fight that will be remembered for a long time. But don't worry, this is far from the last time we will see these 2 warbands clash. I hope you enjoyed following the action as much as I enjoyed putting this together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next battle report. Thomas, signing off.